something that affects everybody all around the world. Rob Duke comes and tells us about what you need to know about water filtration.
That's right. We've had two recent scientific reports that have come out that have come directly to us here at Infowars.com, and they do affect water. I got a question for you, Jakari. Do you filter your water at home?
Not as much as I should, but I don't drink much tap water. I pretty much just shower with it, and that's about it.
Yeah, I avoid tap water as much as possible unless it is filtered. And full disclosure, I do use the ProPure system at my house with my family at all times. But one thing what I want to talk about something that's affecting the people in Toledo right now. Right now in Toledo, we have the algae that is this toxic microcystine that is going through the water supply. It has affected all the residents there. You've seen the pictures of the shelves being cleared out when the officials came on and said, hey, don't drink the water, go out and buy your bottled water. Well, the shelves cleared really quickly. Well, I have some interesting scientific information about that. This is out of the Blade headline, Algae Forecast Detailed at Stone Lab Gathering. Scientists expect the remainder of Lake Erie's algae season to be bad, though not nearly as bad as the worst season on record in 2011. The 2011 record outbreak was considered a 10. The 2014 forecast calls for a 6, maybe a 7. Now, this is very interesting. This is not something that occurs every 100 years, like, they have a 100-year floodplain. No, this is occurring every few years in the Lake Erie area, and this is affecting their drinking water of many residents. And here's a little bit of trivia. There are more than 100 forms of algae in Lake Erie. Most of them are good for the food chain, but there are more than 80 varieties of Microcystis, the main algae that produces the toxic microcystine. Now, microcystine is what everybody's worried about. It is what is poisoning the water, giving it a foul color, a foul odor, and it's really giving the people in the water plant a hard time. They can't get rid of it. So it's going into people's taps, and then people are drinking it. Well, unless you get the word out and the officials come out and say, hey, don't drink the water, which takes us to another location. Now I want to take you on a map ride. We're going to go from Toledo down to West Virginia in the Elk River area, where the American water system is now facing lots of civil lawsuits for what happened back in January, where over 300,000 people had their drinking water contaminated with the chemical MCHM, which is known as 4-methyl-1 cyclohexene methanol. Very hard to say on the tip of your tongue, but that's a chemical used in the coal mining process, and it got into the drinking water. People were told about that, but it took a while. It took a while for people to learn about that information. Now, if you were filtering your water, would you have been safe? That's a good question to ask. Well, we have two reports now that I want to go to real quickly. Behind me is a lab result from the lab Envirotech Laboratories located in New Jersey. And back in February 13th, just after the disaster in Elk River, they did tests with the MCHM contaminant and to see how the ProPure G2 filters would react to them. If you look real close down here, and we're going to blow this up for you on screen, 99.89% of the MCHM was filtered out of the water. So had you not gotten the information from the authorities, public servants, the people who are supposed to be doing their job, and you were drinking contaminated water, but you were using a water filter system, it would have been taking out up to 99.89% of that contaminant. Now let's look at the microcystine back in Toledo, Ohio. Say you're living in Toledo, not in West Virginia. Now this report from Envirotech Laboratories comes out August 16th, 2014. They did a test with the microcystis, and they found microcystine levels were reduced up to 99% out of the G2 filter elements. So you have a way better chance of not getting these contaminants into your body when you filter your water, especially when you use the ProPure drip filters and not one that's like pushing the water through your tap water, a system that's hooked up to your water tap system. So it's these drip filters that allow all the contaminants to just stay up in the filters and not getting into your water, basically into your bodies and into your family's bodies. So if you're like me, I would get you a ProPure system and start filtering your water today, because you never know where these things can crop up. We've seen plenty of contamination accidents happen all over the country. This is just two different examples that just happened this year. Jakari, this is pretty amazing. That I was shocked when I got these lab results back, and we're going to post these up on the G2 system. In fact, we can show you that right here. If you go to this page on our InfoWars store, you can actually see what the results are. If you scroll down, it talks about the Elk River incident, and we'll be adding the new incident that happened in Toledo and the results that just came out. And in fact, these just came out August 16th. So we're just 4 days that these are out, and we're finally now getting to it with all the other news that's going on in Ferguson.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely something people should look at. Like I said, I'm a single guy. I don't cook, I don't clean too much, and other than just for myself and my dog. And I don't even cook inside my house. I eat out almost every day. But if you have kids, if you have somebody who drinks a lot of tap water, I definitely would recommend this system. And I'm just going to have to go ahead and get one, you know, because you never know. I drink a lot of bottled water, but, you know, even that, you have the BPA and other things in the plastics that you want to try to avoid.
Exactly.
So, Rob, definitely thank you, and give us your final thoughts.
Yeah, when we have bottled water in our house, we run it through the filter anyway, because you never know what kind of contaminants could come out of the plastic. This is something that everybody should be thinking about, not just in these different locations, because you could have something happen anywhere, and it is something that you need to do to protect yourself and your family.
Oh yeah, not just the ProPure. I do have the Life Straws. I am ready for that in case, you know, you ever have to bug out. I keep those in my bug out bag, so I'm ready to go on that. But Rob, thank you for that. And everybody go to InfoWars shop and be sure to pick up a ProPure system. Stay tuned right after this for Larry Pinckney.
I began to get into iodine a few years ago because it was helping me and my family so much get healthy and detoxify. I believe our research is conclusive. This is the best iodine out there. And I know this for a fact. Nobody else has got iodine based on these pure crystals, ladies and gentlemen. For a limited time, experience the ancient power of Survival Shield X2. Take advantage of this unprecedented 30% off Super Detox Special at InfoWarsLife.com.
City of Austin tap water versus filtered City of Austin tap water.
I can taste dirt in it.
God knows what's in this.
This has an aftertaste.
Tastes like Austin water? Yeah, it does. Ugh.
These people just sampled City of Austin tap water straight from the faucet. Next, we had them try a sample of tap water filtered through the ProPure G2.0 filtration system.
High quality H2O.
That one is better.
Tastes like nothing.
Yep, I know what good water tastes like. It's good water.
Most tap water contains added substances like fluoride, chlorine, Monsanto's deadly pesticide, glyphosate, and many others. Studies prove that these substances are linked to an assortment of major health issues, including tooth decay, lowered IQ, and even cancer.
It tastes like you're drinking out of the lake when you're drinking tap water.
It has that processed flavor to it.
The ProPure G2.0 filtration system removes these deadly substances and many more, leaving only fresh-tasting, deliciously clean water.
Okay, this is very tasty.
It's good water.
Refreshing.
It's good.
Go to InfoWarsStore.com today. Use promo code WATER and save 10% off your ProPure purchase. Again, that's InfoWarsStore.com or call 1-888-253-3139.